welcome, Red Bus Podcast family, to the Kickoff episode for 2025. It's been a long time coming because it is currently March 31st as I'm recording this, and it's taken a hot minute to get things going. But I've learned some things. I've learned that doing a mobile podcast in an old vehicle that doesn't have functioning heat in the middle of winter is not something that really goes over very well. So the last episode that I had was a Christmas episode inside the house. And so today I thought I'd throw it back old school style and record this episode from inside the bus like I did for my initial intro video 265 days ago. That is how long it's been since I decided to put myself out there and start this podcast. So in those 265 days, I've met some incredible people. I've had the opportunity to sit down and talk about life and life experience and get some insights into people's lives. Some of which I knew, some of the people I knew already, some people I didn't. And regardless of if I knew them or not, I learned things about them that I didn't know. And then obviously those that I didn't know, it was a pleasure to be able to sit down with them and get to hear about their lives. Some of the things that I've learned throughout those interviews was, it's interesting. There's this thought or this feeling that I feel like a lot of us have in life where we view life from our own perspective, and we kind of see it the way that we see it, and our own experience shapes the way we view the world, and our own experience shapes the way we see things and the way we interact with things and the way that we maybe judge things because of our own personal experience. And what's interesting to find out is that there are a lot of people that have similar views. There's a lot of people that have differing views. And a lot of times their life experience is what plays into those views. It's really easy to kind of lock into, the way we feel about something, and when we feel strongly about something that our way is the right way. I am, without question, guilty of that. And through the podcast, through the opportunity of sitting down with people, it's helped me, in some aspects at least, be more open to other views and understand that views are formulated typically based off of experience. And, my neighbor across the street or next door or somebody I see at the grocery store, whatever it may be, whoever it may be, even though they may seem similarly aligned with me in certain aspects, their lives could be completely different. Their upbringing could be different. Their experiences in life are most likely different than mine. And if we can allow ourselves to understand that our experience shapes our views, yet the experience of others shapes their views, and that we can be more open to other people's views based off of experiences that we've never experienced ourselves, I think that brings a greater understanding, greater compassion, greater forgiveness, love, care for others, because ultimately we are on this planet, this floating rock called Earth. And, we're all born with the same knowledge, which is really nothing. And we formulate how we view the world and what we think through experiences that we have in our lives. And I think that's important to realize, I think it's important to understand that no matter how many people act like they have life figured out or act like they put on that front that they know what the heck is going on, I think it's pretty obvious that none of us really know what's going on, and we're all just doing our best. And obviously, I think as you grow older, you get more wise, you have more life experience, you have a better understanding of things, if you allow yourself to, of course. But even then, I don't foresee that we actually understand all of the intricacies of life. So with that said, I've just really enjoyed this last 8 months of doing the podcast. There's a lot in store coming up. I'm looking forward to getting them releasing, every 2 weeks. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'm releasing every week. There's going to be some changes coming up. Should be exciting and fun. I'm not going to give you all the deets on that yet, because I got to keep some stuff, secret. But there are going to be some changes, which will be fun. And I hope you join me along the ride. I look forward to meeting and interviewing people that I've never met before, and sitting down, discussing, asking them about their childhood and their lives and their own experiences, because I find it valuable. I find it valuable for me. I hope you find it valuable for you. And I just think the more we can talk, the more we can get to know each other, get to see life from different perspectives, the better off this world will be. Ultimately, I feel like the world is very divided. I feel like there's a lot of anger and unfortunately a lot of hatred. And I think my own personal opinion is that we actually have a lot more in common, a lot more to celebrate, that makes us unique, but at the same time, we should be able to get along and love each other and understand that this journey is difficult. Life is hard. We're all doing the best we can, like I said earlier. Instead of always focusing on the negatives of others and the things that we dislike. It's interesting because being a parent and, raising 4 kids, you sit there and as you raise your children, you try to teach them to focus on the good of other people. You try to teach them to find common ground and get along with everyone and be friends with everyone, and people that are left out, try to reach out and keep them included. I mean, that seems to be the way that I see most parents raise their children. And so my thought is why does that change when we become adults? Why is it that when we become adults, we feel as though, if we don't see eye to eye with somebody else, that we can't be friends with them. We have to unfriend them. We have to unfollow them. We have to block them. We have to tell them how bad of people they are because they don't see the world the way I see the world. When did that become a thing? When does that shift happen? Because I heard a quote, I can't remember who it was from, or maybe I read it on Instagram or something, I don't remember. But it kind of went along the lines of, we should all be more like children. I don't remember the quote very well, but it made me think, I think when you first hear that, you think, oh, what, like I'm going to just run around in the yard and goof around and not have any responsibility? No, I don't think that's what the quote is meaning at all. I think the quote is meaning, quick to forgive, looking to befriend other people. I mean, kids, if you look at kids, they can just get along with other kids they don't even know pretty quickly. As long as they're not on iPads or iPhones or electronics, you get them into a setting where they're hanging out, playing basketball or whatever it is. And before you know it, they come home and they're like, oh, hey, Dad, I made this new friend. He's from, wherever, some other state. And he just moved here and he knows kind of a backstory about this kid. And he's such a cool kid. Within, an hour, they're best friends or whatever. But as adults, we don't allow that to happen. We have walls up. We have pre-judgment of other people. And I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of that myself. I truly am. And I'll own it. I just think that's one of the things I've learned throughout this podcast is some of these things that, I need to work on myself. So it's been a really growth invoking journey that I've been on with the podcast. It hasn't blown up. I don't have like 1 million followers or any of that kind of thing, but that's not the ultimate goal for me. The ultimate goal for me is to just get out and talk to people and learn about them, get to know people I don't know, and hear their stories. And hopefully those stories can be shared and people will see them and hear them and understand them. And maybe, just maybe, it opens up eyes and brings more compassion and understanding to people's hearts, because the world sure needs it. The world needs it. So with the changes coming up, I'm just going to share a few little thoughts. The changes are going to be pretty large changes, but should make it fun. The format of the podcast will stay pretty similar. Might switch a few little things up, but the format for the most part is going to be in line with what it is now. Definitely, one thing I'll share with you right off the bat is that we're definitely going to have a mic for Christy, so that when she has thoughts in the middle of an interview, where sometimes she shares those thoughts off mic, so you guys can't hear it. And then I have to kind of repeat it so that you understand what we're talking about. She'll have her own mic, so she can chime in every once in a while to say, ask her questions or say her piece or whatever it is. So that'll be good. And then there will be some other bigger changes that come up shortly. Not right off the bat. The first probably, I don't know how many episodes, but the first several episodes will still continue to be this same format. Nothing to freak out about. Something to look forward to. And I hope I hope you get excited about it, because I'm excited about it. The changes coming are going to be awesome. I've got a lot in the pipeline. So bear with me, and let's make 2025 amazing. Take a lot of energy throughout the year and head into 2026 just awesome, on fire. Let's see, a little update real quick from my part of town. Kyler will be home from his mission in Colombia in about 4 months. So his 2 years are almost up, which is crazy. Addie is about to graduate high school. Stella will be moving into into high school. Just kidding, Stella. What? She'll be moving into high school. And Tate, he's still in elementary school, but he is keeping us busy with sports for sure. No questions. Tate plays soccer, football, baseball, basketball, and Stella plays soccer and basketball. Addie does quite a bit of art, and she is planning on most likely doing hair school because she is amazing with hair. And I have no idea. Kyler got accepted to BYU, so he'll be going down to BYU. Have no idea what he's going to go into, so that'll be an adventure. The idea coming up, I definitely want to have him on the podcast once he gets home from his mission, hopefully pretty quickly after his mission, so you can hear his accent. But thanks for joining me on this journey. Like I always say, I'm so grateful for you. I hope that what I'm doing you find value in. I hope you enjoy the content, and I hope that you enjoy the guests I have on. I know that they enjoy sitting down and chatting with me. So I am so grateful for everybody that's been willing to sit down with me and chat. I'm grateful for the lessons I've been taught, the things I've learned throughout the podcast. And, honestly, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to even do this. It took a lot in me to finally just say, forget it, I'm doing it. And for the most part, I feel like it's pretty epic. I'm still learning the interviewing process. I'm not great at it yet, totally. And I know I've got work to do. I've got work to do on editing. I've got work to do on, a lot of things. But I'm grateful again for you being part of this journey with me. Look forward to some fun episodes this year. Some different style of episodes. We have a few in the pipeline that are going to be different, that are going to be fun. And then obviously, like I said earlier, the changes to Red Bus Podcast that will be coming down the pipeline are going to be amazing and fun and energy shifting. So bear with us. Join us. If you haven't already, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Please comment below if you have any thoughts or questions or ideas moving forward for the podcast. That'd be amazing. And I guess for now, I'll just say thanks much for joining, and we out. Peace.